Hello, everyone. Hello, Nanaimo. Sandra here, coming to you today on Wednesday, December 8th. So let's see, we've had our first snowfall here on the island, and it is really starting to feel a lot like winter. I hope you are doing so well today and that you are healthy, happy, safe, and warm. This is the time of year when we often like to give back, to show our generosity, and to help out those in need right here in our own community. But have you ever wondered if the support that you are giving actually stays here locally, or if it even makes an impact? What if I told you there is a way to directly help women in need right here in Nanaimo? And along with financial support, what if there were several ways to help that didn't even require you to reach into your wallet? Today's show is so very special, and it is likely to touch your heart. You are going to hear from 4 women who are part of the group Nanaimo Women Helping Women, which has come together with a variety of ways to help support some of our community's most vulnerable. This is a group of movers and shakers and women that makes things happen. You are going to hear some of the incredible things they've been able to organize and get going already in a short period of time. So, in the spirit of all that is good in the world, I invite you to have a listen, be inspired, and learn just what Nanaimo Women Helping Women is all about. Welcome back and welcome to Wellness Wednesdays and the chronically driven radio show and podcast. As I said, I am delighted to have this group of women here today. We are representing an exciting group that is taking place here in Nanaimo that is helping women. It is Nanaimo Women Helping Women, and it is an organization that has been put together to really, really help support women in our community. Today, I'm joined by Carrie, Amy, Nicole, and Jen, and we're going to be talking a little bit about how this came about, what is currently going on, and most importantly, how you yourself can show your support. So welcome, everyone. Carrie, maybe we could start with you. How did this all come to be?
Sure. So I am very active on Facebook, as everybody knows. And I was seeing a lot of posts about a Netflix series called Made. A lot of people wanting to talk about it, to talk about how they were triggered when they watched the show. And so on October 17th, we got together with about 21 women on Zoom and just to talk about how we felt about it. And after the first hour, we then talked about what we were going to do about it.
Okay, so if anyone's not familiar with the series Made, it was on Netflix, and was it the story of a woman leaving a domestic abuse situation?
Yeah, so it was about a young woman trying to flee an emotionally and financially abusive relationship. And she tries many different ways to move her life forward. And every time she took a step forward, she sort of took 2 steps back. She was cleaning homes and things like that. And she was able to access, university at the end. It's not a typical story, unfortunately, in terms of the ending, I think. But her experiences throughout really were hard hitting.
And so that's what initially, I guess, brought up conversation in the community.
Yeah, exactly. I think for me, there was a couple of things that really gutted me. When she was at the store, there was a running total of every time she didn't have enough money to get the things that she needed. Another thing that was really hard for me to watch was there was a man who looked like a helper in the beginning, and he invited her to stay in his home. But then when she had sex with her ex-husband, he actually then asked her to leave. So sometimes the helper people are actually the people who are also exploiting the person as well, because it was more like, you can stay with me as long as you're my girlfriend, as long as you want to have sex with me. But if you turn back to your ex, then we're done and you need to move out.
So helper support with conditions.
Exactly.
Right. And so now talking about this, we're going to be talking about some of the things that Nanaimo Women Helping Women are doing. But one of the things that I want to highlight most often, or off the top, is that we are doing this for local women in this community here on mid Vancouver Island. And whether or not people are tuned into it, talk about the need. Is there a need for these sorts of supports and services in our community?
This has been running for 6 weeks, and I've been basically, to set the foundation and to get support from the group, I've been working full time. The need is huge. I'm actually a little bit nervous about how many people are going to find out about our group, because the need is so wide. And the groups that we are supporting, the frontline service providers, they have very specific budgets. And so when they get grants, the grant money is for very specific things. And I won't share who, but 2 of the people that I spoke to actually were in tears with me when I shared what we were going to be offering, because all of the frontline workers want to be able to offer what we're going to offer, which is gas cards and in a warm place to stay, and some food cards and a listening ear, someone to help them fill out paperwork, because although they want to be able to offer those services, there's so many people needing help that they can't give the specialized care and the one-on-one support that someone needs. And that's where we come in.
And that's one of the things that I find so powerful and so impactful, is the things that this group is able to do. First of all, I have only just become acquainted with you, with a lot of you lovely women, and the fast pace of getting things done is so impressive. This is a group of individuals here in our community that are not just talk and ideas and thoughts and prayers and wouldn't it be nice. There is things that are action and happening. Primarily, this group is looking to focus on helping that women that are in crisis right now and getting help to them within a real short period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really focusing on women who are either planning on leaving, in the middle of leaving, or people who have left, and people that have really experienced financial, emotional, mental, sexual, or physical abuse in their relationship. We're also looking to support unhoused women and women who have experienced sexual violence. The other area that we're focusing on is supporting women who are transitioning in and out of rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm. And with a lot of the needs that these women are having, sometimes they're very basic needs, sometimes they're more complex. And I know we've got, with all of this great work that we're doing, we are going to be talking about some really amazing fundraisers that are taking place. But I'd like to give our listeners a little bit of an idea of just some of the basic, simple necessities that are being provided. Could someone tell me a little bit about the comfort kits and the clothes closets and those sorts of things that are happening?
So one of our members is actually creating a children's clothes closet in her garage. And so we are taking seasonal clothing, so winter clothing. And when people need clothing and they don't have any money to buy it, they can come to us and access the clothing closet, so they can just pick what they want for free. And I think it's important that people get to pick, right? Mm-hmm. I brought some lamps to someone yesterday, and I said, if you don't like these, it's okay, because sometimes, things that are brought to us, it doesn't go with our taste. Just because you are unhoused, or just because you are fleeing domestic violence, doesn't mean that you don't have a preference for things. And so I think that's really important for people to understand. And the reason that we're trying to do the 24-hour turnaround, and we're doing a really good job of that, is because these women needed help long ago. And this was just a moment where they reached out and asked for help. So, and I've been pretty upfront in the group. I think some people left the group after I shared very openly about, if you're not a mover and a shaker, if you are not able to sort of help in a consistent way. And I don't mean give money, I mean time, energy, give us your QF points so we can buy some turkeys for the unhoused, that type of thing. It's not a group to sit idle. I don't want, if we had 1,500 people in our group and only 20 people were doing anything, there isn't really a point for the people being in the group. And it's actually more management for me, because sometimes when people are not informed about what's happening in the group, they will text me or message me questions that are very apparent if you take some time to look in the group. And I really don't have time for that. So I want people to take the responsibility when they come in, like, what is this group about? And I need to actively figure that out myself.
Carrie, that's a really, really important point that you make, because just to paraphrase back, the Facebook group is for the individuals that are going to be actively involved. Those that just want to support, and I shouldn't say just, because supporting is a huge and wonderful thing. We are going to be highlighting and listing all of the different ways that you can support. Before we move on to a couple of the initiatives that are going on, could you tell me the different local organizations that you are partnering with and getting liaisoning with for all of this?
Yeah, sure. So because of my past volunteer work, it was really easy for me to connect with people, because a lot of the executive directors in the organizations that we're partnering with are friends of mine. So that's always helpful. So we are collaborating with Haven, Nanaimo Family Life, Literacy Central Vancouver Island, Rise Bridge, Open Heart. And Open Heart is an organization that a lot of people don't know about. It's doctors and nurses that actually drive around Nanaimo helping our unhoused with all of their medical issues. And then Cedar Woman House, and then Central Vancouver Island Multicultural Center is my latest, because I met the executive director at the 16 Days of Activism. And I was like, wait a minute, I haven't met with you yet. And we met the next day on Zoom.
Fantastic. So is it a lot of these organizations that are then reaching out to you when they have someone that is in crisis?
Yeah, that's kind of the goal. So the other day, I got a message and they needed bus tickets. So rather than giving 10 at a time, I just purchased 100 and dropped them off. Because some people that are unhoused, they just want to ride the bus so they can get out of the rain. And so for me, $2, and I think it was $2.25 per ticket if you buy 10, for a person to have a little bit of a break from the elements is worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, a lot of the things there, simple things that can be done. We are, again, going to talk about some of the things that you will not have to dip into your pockets at all. You can support women in your community and these initiatives by lots of different ways. I do want to highlight, however, some really interesting and fun things that are coming up for fundraising. So you've just heard a little bit about what this group is doing and what this money is doing to help give a little bit more respect and comfort and housing and food and meals to those women in need in our community. We've got an event coming up on December 12th, and it is an experience. It is sound healing. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard about sound healing, but we've got Nicole Monasterio here, and she is with Monasterio Sound Healing, and it is an incredible experience. Nicole, tell us a little bit about what you're putting together. It's taking place on December 12th.
Yeah, so I just, I've really felt that we've needed to have a community event where people can come together and co-create in healing and just experience togetherness, but in a safe way. And so I was able to find a location that can fit many people. And I just thought, what better way for me to contribute to this organization that Carrie has put together than doing something that I absolutely love. So that was an easy yes for me. And I'm able to have up to 50 people. safely within, COVID guidelines. And that's an impressive number. That means that we'll have raised a lot of money from just one event. So I'm really, really excited about it. Yeah. Yeah. If I get a full house, it'll be over $1,000.
That is incredible. And so this is also, I really love the fact that you touched on, this is a time when we could all use a little bit of community and healing. And so tell people a little bit why they would want to support this event and come out to do this, but what's it going to be like? What are they going to experience?
Yeah. So, I always like to say, like, if you put in a little bit of effort, the hard work first, then the after experience of that is very blissful. You have to put the work in to get to that joy. And so I don't know if you've ever experienced like chanting or humming in a group setting, but it's very powerful. It's similar to singing in a group setting. It releases the love trust hormone oxytocin, and it releases endorphins. And so I think this is a time that we really need to have a sense of community, but in a safe way. And so by using sound in a group setting, we can create that safe container and all get a lot out of it while doing something very good for the unhoused and the people struggling in our community.
Yeah, for sure. So now I mentioned it's taking place on December 12th. Is it at Departure Bay?
Yeah, Departure Bay Activity Center.
Okay. So Departure Bay Activity Center, and it is minimum $25 donation. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the suggested donation. Nobody will be turned away. Like, I invite anybody who wants to come and have the experience.
Perfect.
But the suggested ticket price.
Because this is, absolutely, this is an experience. This is something what the world needs now, and people are going to benefit from it. But we're not shying away from the fact that this is a fundraiser for Nanaimo Women Helping Women, and so that is a beautiful way to be able to show your support. When someone comes in with this, should they bring anything with them?
Oh, yes. So bring anything that will make you comfortable, a comfy foamy yoga mat, whatever you need, blanket, pillows. And like I said, after the initial activation of the central channel, we'll do a little bit of chanting, some humming, then you get to lay down and just be bathed in the sounds that I create for you.
So yes, do exactly that. Bring cozy, comfy clothing and the yoga mat and a blankie, and it's like because you're going to just absolutely sink into bliss during this experience, and so you want to be ready for that. So I know that there still is some availability for people to sign up for this, and if people would like to reserve their spot, find out more information, Nicole, what do they do?
Yeah, so I have about 15 spots left out of 50, so that's pretty great. So e-transfer would confirm your spot. E-transfer is monasteriosoundhealing@gmail.com. Some links that can be found on my Facebook. I don't know if you can link anything through today.
I absolutely will put the information for the links and the Gmail and the website on the show notes, which can be found on the YouTube or podcast version of today's show. So I think that's really really something to look forward to. And also, as we're leading into, I don't know about you guys, but the next several weeks as we go through December, we get very scheduled, we get very busy. So taking time, I'm like the queen of self-care. If you know you need this, you're going to benefit from this, and you also know that you can be supporting this really, really great cause, helping and supporting women in need in Nanaimo. So I really, really invite you to check that out and have an amazing experience. You will not regret it, and you'll feel super, super good. Anything else to add, Nicole, on that?
No, I mean, I feel very honored to be able to participate. It touches me emotionally, quite honestly.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for doing that. I mean, it's just like, that's just another one of the beautiful things of what women can do when we come together and put our minds and hearts into it. And then light that fire and actually, get shit done. That's what
Totally.
that's like so super
100%.
important.
Yeah.
There's another initiative which I am super excited about. I already have my order in, and that is a fundraiser with some hoodies to support Nanaimo Women Helping Women. They are gorgeous. Especially if you love the color purple, which happens to be, thank you guys. That's like one of my favorite colors. I'm so excited. The logo design is lovely. Jen, tell us what's going on with those.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you. Yes, we are doing a hoodie fundraiser, which is just in time for our cold, wet, dreary weather. They are a cotton blend, which is awesome, nice and cozy and warm. As you mentioned already, they are purple, which we chose that color because purple can often represent healing and calm and transformation and understanding, which is really what this group is about, and meets some of our goals. And the logo is white, which it's the Nanaimo Women Helping Women logo, which was designed by a couple of group members, and it's beautiful, and it'll be on the front of the hoodie. It's available in adult sizes from small to triple XL. Each hoodie is $40, and a portion of that goes towards helping support the causes of the group. And the deadline for ordering is December 13th, and anybody who is interested in either purchasing one for themselves or as a gift can email me directly at JENN_GOWANS@hotmail.com, and I'm sure you will be able to provide a link, like you said.
Absolutely. I will put those links in there, and also a photo, an image of this this hoodie. It definitely does look like it's a nice quality product. The look is really nice, and it's a way to not only get yourself a really nice piece of clothing, but to show support to this group, and then wear that with pride. One of the things that I really like about t-shirts that have a slogan, or you're supporting, it's a conversation starter, and that is what you can be doing by wearing this. You're showing support not only for women in your community, but you're allowing to have a really easy way to have that conversation, to get people talking about this. Because one of the things that is also an issue with this is stigma. And like, raise your hand if you think that or if you think you're not immune to this. Like, it's such a real issue. There should not be stigma attached to these issues, and there should, like, normalize having conversations and carry that's such the respect and dignity of asking, not just giving, here's what we think you should have because you are in this situation. Choice, dignity, respect, honor. And that is what I hear and feel and see happening in this group. And it absolutely delights me. So get a conversation going, have that beautiful hoodie. And, it's going to be something that I wouldn't be surprised that there wouldn't be something else coming down the road. We shall see. So let's show our support, Nanaimo. Let's show these women that we are saying thank you for taking your time, your heart, your soul, and doing this for our community. And show your support by attending the event for the sound healing on the 12th, putting your order in for your hoodie by the 13th. Those links are in there. I just think those are two wonderful initiatives. Now, that's a great way to show your support financially. I know that there are people listening to this and hearing that they know that this is an important cause. It's probably touching their heart. There may even be someone who has experienced some of these issues themselves during a point of time. And you may want to show your support and help this cause, but it's not necessarily a fit for you to be reaching into your wallet and purchasing or providing money. There's some other ideas. Who can tell me about a few of those?
So we've come up with quite a few ways that you can help without having to dip into your wallet. Lots of stores have various points programs, And we've tried to gather up as many of those around town as possible to direct some of those points or funds that they offer through those. We have quality foods. We have an account called Nanaimo Women Helping Women. And so far we've bought, how many turkeys was it?
Not quite yet, but we will have probably enough to buy 15.
Right, 15 for the unhoused in Nanaimo. Wow. We also have thrifties. They're doing a stamp program right now to collect for kitchenware. So we're going to be, that runs all the way till March. So we'll get plenty of stamps for that to put together, pots and pans to women starting again. We have Canadian Tire. Lots of people have their Canadian Tire bucks kicking around, and we can put those together. We have, oh gosh, who else?
Country Grocer, did we mention?
Country Grocer, yeah, that's a good one. We put together stacks of $1,000 in receipts.
So this is a program that many people may not know about. And again, shout out to community partner of Country Grocer for even allowing this. It's $1,000 worth of receipts from when you've shopped there, and they provide a gift card.
A $10 gift card. Yeah. So we've gotten quite a few gift cards through that.
So let's
program.
Stay on Country Grocer for a second. So that's the receipts. We shop at Country Grocer. We gather up our receipts. What do we do with them in order to support this group? We give them to Carrie.
We give them to Carrie. Drop those off at 512 Martina Way.
And it's not me that's organizing that. That's another member that's doing that. And I believe our total is $350 of free groceries for women so far.
That's beautiful. So look through, get your receipts, gather them together. This is a way, if so many people, like if I think about the listeners here in our local area, here in Nanaimo, I know you guys shop at the Country Grocer. I see you there. I know you shop at Quality Foods. I see you there. Let's give back and do something. So physical receipts from Country Grocer. Now with QF, Quality Foods, it's a points program. How could we donate points so we could get more turkeys out there?
Now, with the points being donated, I don't think we can donate from card to card, but we can. Oh, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, we can donate from card to card.
I went to the website and they said you can't, but the stores are letting us. So if you go in with your card, and I don't know why they did this, but they called it Nan Women Helping Women. So if they looked up Nanaimo Women Helping Women, it might not show up. So yeah, people are able to donate points. Someone donated 300,000 points yesterday. I have friends that are donating 3 million points. So that will cover the majority of the turkeys.
Wow, I'm a little choked up over that. That is so amazing. And it's so good. And those are things that we can do. I know that this is, it's touching the hearts of us here that are on the Zoom. And I hope that it is also touching the hearts of those that are listening, and to know that whether you are supporting through purchasing a hoodie, going to an event, or doing something like simply donating your Canadian Tire money, gathering your Country Grocer receipts, your QF points, these are things that, when it comes right down to it, those are translated into food and necessities. There is one of the other things, like, this is about as grassroots as it gets. There is not a bunch of what you're doing and what you're giving. It's going to women here in Nanaimo. There is not the board of directors and the this and the that need to be paid. This is what I've seen from what is going on with the creating the closets for clothing for women and children. Carrie, your garage it's been command central, right, for organizing this and stuff like that. So it couldn't be more local and organic, and there's things that we can do to help.
And I have a funny story about the garage, if I may. So I giggled because one of our members said, "Oh, I can't believe how awesome your husband is to let you use his garage." And I was like, probably 19% of the things in the garage are mine. And I really do want to give a shout out to my husband, because often our house is a little bit on the crazy side, collecting different things at different times of year. But he knows this is really helping my mental health as well. And I need to be filling time doing things that make me feel joyful. And I've always been a helper, will always be a helper. And I also do really look after myself as well. And I think it's important when we do this work also to do the self-care that's required to do the work. And so I'm really excited. Can I mention also, we have an account at the Soap Exchange as well, and Cobb's Bread. And we also have an account at the Bottle Depot. Now the Bottle Depot, because I messed up, I don't know when I made this in like this whole thing in a day. I think I called it Nanaimo Women Supporting Women, or I don't know, whatever. Yes. So when you go there, it might be Nanaimo Women Supporting Women. We have put in the request to change it, but these things take time.
Yeah. So what is it? What's up with the Soap Exchange? I go there all the time to get rocks and crystals.
The Soap Exchange, you just say Nanaimo Women Helping Women, and then small portion comes back to our group.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And the same with Cobb's.
Cobb's as well. Yeah. Well, again, and shout out and appreciation to our local business community to be partnering with the causes such as this, recognizing the need, recognizing the just the ability to make a difference and to make some changes and get some things going for that. It is the month of December is often a time when we are feeling that we are wanting to give and to be generous and to support those in need. And I would just like to invite you to consider Women Helping Women here in Nanaimo. There are so many choices of where we can put our funds, our donations and things like that. But again, as I've mentioned, this is a group of women that are getting things done in a real fast order. And like you had mentioned, these are women that have been likely in need of help for quite some time, and to have them have that reach out and that request and to have it be responded to is you can make such a world of difference for someone. What else does anyone have that they would like to add?
Well, would you like a summary of what we provided in the first month?
That would be fantastic. Yeah, let's hear how within the first month you've been getting some stuff done.
Yeah, and it's really great too, because we have another member in our group that has volunteered to do a monthly newsletter. And so people that are subscribing to our newsletter, I don't know exactly how that's going to go yet. It's not my forte, but we'll get it done. People will be able to see what we've done. So try not to get teary-eyed when I read this list. So we raised $765 in 6 hours for the 16 days of activism to pay for a tent, honorarium for elders, and the sound system. We provided 3 pairs of winter boots for a mother who could not afford boots for her children. And I got to deliver that. And one of the little people came to the door in their little underwear, put on their boots. They were stomping around the kitchen. And she messaged me later to tell me that the kids wanted to go for a walk in the rain because they had been only having running shoes. And through all this rain, they were going to school with their feet wet. We provided winter clothing for a woman whose husband controls all finances. He was unwilling to buy his own children jackets, boots, gloves, and toques. We put a woman in a hotel for 3 nights prior to entering treatment. We provided a mom with clothing for her daughter and Christmas presents. They're currently in a shelter and will be living in their van as of yesterday if they didn't find housing. Provided shampoo, body wash, towels to the shower program for an unhoused population, where they're offering about 400 to 600 showers per month, right down by the curling rink. Collected enough supplies to create 100 comfort kits for the Indigenous Informed Sexual Assault Response Program. Provided clothing, a winter jacket, and boots to a woman. Delivered furniture to a woman for her new place. She had nothing after leaving an abusive relationship. And then we provided clothing, toiletries, and winter boots to a mother of 3.
That's That's a lot of impact in a short amount of time. And it's without having, again, these are happening basically in real time. There's a woman in crisis, the call goes out and this gets organized and done. There's not a bunch of forms and approval and committee and this and that. It's the need is here, the need is now. And this is in your own backyard. This is right here.
I think for women as well looking to join the group, the beauty of it is a lot of us are helpers, and we say things like, let me know what I can do to help. How often do we say that?
Yeah.
Well, this group, there's calls going out, being posted, and you have a little window of time here where you can go and you can help. It may be small, it may be a donation of something, it may be something that you have within your home already that you can just drop off. There's just so many ways to help. And I just think for me, it's such a powerful thing to be able to be a part of a group that's all about action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, Amy, there's so many of us, we have that desire of that we'd like to do something, but maybe don't think we have the skill set, or what we have is not enough. The thing that I'm also noticing here is it can be some small things and small ways can make such a big difference. And then with this group of women as a collective, you know, the more energy and focus that we can put in as a team. No one is required or expected to do this kind of stuff alone. Serving a community often requires the community to come together. And I'm just, again, like I say, I'm seeing so much beautiful work that is happening, and I know that it is going to continue to support and bless the women here in our very, very own community.
You know, Sandra, I just wanted to say, like, if you look at how when someone's in need and then they instantly receive that support, it's like a sound wave.
Yeah.
And it has a ripple effect. And so coming from a childhood where I saw my mom struggle at every turn, and always having to go through the tape and the bureaucrat, and we were just always at different places, whether it was the welfare line or wherever, the food bank. A mother cannot be a gentle parenting kind of person when she's in constant struggle and stress. And so to me, receiving support instantly is just causing such a beautiful ripple that it just goes down way beyond what we can see in the very essential moment that it's happening.
I think that's so true. And it's that ripple effect. It's that healing. It's that being seen, being supported. We've heard the phrase, it takes a village, it takes a community. It sure does. And the more that we can get this awareness out there to know that we can get some help, some help. So, you know, we've got lots of ways that we can do this. I'm going to put a list of all of the different the different ways that people can get involved, which, like the Canadian Tire money, the QF points, your country grocer receipts, your Cobb's bread and soap exchange, and those sort of things. Just to you don't have to remember this all on the top of your head. I'm going to put it all in the notes for you, as well as reminders and all the details about the two upcoming fundraisers. On December 12th, we have got the sound healing experience with Nicole Monasterio at Departure Bay Community Center. And we are ongoing. You do not have to wait until the deadline of December 13th to get your hoodie order in place. You can go and do that right now after the show is over and go and place your order. Again, we're going to make it super, super simple. $40 to get a nice piece of clothing and to support your community. It seems like a really, really smart idea to me. And what about a gift? Giving a gift that has some meaning, some purpose, and that it's a way to, again, I love that clothing pieces like that are just such a conversation starter. And I'm so appreciative for all of you women to come in and have this conversation with me here today so that we can let this be known, because I know that there are many people that are listening to this that have been touched in some way by having a marginalized situation, knowing someone, or maybe being that person themselves. And so this is a fantastic way to help support. What else would you like to share with our listeners today?
For me, this group is extremely healing for me. I've been a person who has done most things on my own.
I think I know where you're going with this one, Carrie, and the emotion hit me strong too. And that's why I decided to become involved, because I think there was somewhere along the lines of, you've been, in business and organizing things, but you have never put a call out there for needing things to get done and have the people actually step up and do it without having to follow up and follow through and chase that and chase it down, because that is showing the pace. And there's tears all across here. That's showing how much we care and putting our talents in, and not just being, if you're going to be in this group, don't be a looky-loo and look and see what everyone else is doing. You're moved by that, Carrie, that people are stepping up?
Yeah, I mean, the 24-hour turnaround also is coming from the request for help. So when I asked for someone to look into thank you cards, because I think that's really important for us to thank local businesses, a card can go a long way. And then just when I ask for someone to do the newsletter, it gets done. When I ask for someone to check into different things, people brought fundraising ideas forward. We had like a fundraising idea from like A to Z at our first meeting. And so, like most organizations, there are people that have more, time or affiliation to doing this type of task. And it's not that we don't want all types of people in the group, because we do. And just like most groups, there will be a core group of people that show up time and time again, but everyone's in a different time in their life, right? I am an empty nester. My job has gone from fully in person to online. So I actually have a lot of free time, which is something that I actually set out 13 years ago to create for myself so that I could actually be even more involved in the community. So I'm basically living my dream right now, where I've got 660 some odd people in a group that are extremely responsive. And I know that some people, they can't be on there as much as I am, because I'm just trying to get this thing started. I'm hoping not to be on as much as I am, but that, I don't know. I don't know the outcome of this. I don't know what the future holds for this group, but I also do that. Rotary is interested in our group. So I have sent out a community support letter to them, and any groups that are interested in supporting us. There are no tax receipts. We are not a board. We are not a charitable donation or charitable status, although we may look into that at some point. This is money coming in, money coming out. We're not saving it for a rainy day. We are helping people immediately. And it's really soothing my heart in a very challenging time for most people. Even though we can do the most self-care, the world is divided right now. And for highly sensitive people like myself, it's a lot. And so this is giving me a really great opportunity to really feel good.
I love that. And I'm just glancing over on my notes here. We may have mentioned it, but I'm not sure if we did. Gift cards. We also, so we've talked about the fundraisers, we've talked about the grocery receipts, but another way, another resource that can really, really help is donating some gift cards to this organization. Can someone speak to that?
What I'm doing with my gift card donations is through my Royal Bank Visa, I can request gift cards. So I'm not actually spending any of my own money. And lots of different MasterCards and Visas have different incentive programs. So please consider looking into that. But the gift cards are essential. It's probably going to be the thing that we give out the most. So if somebody needs a gas card, or if they need a grocery card, maybe they need a Shoppers Drug Mart card or a Walmart gift card. And it's just something very quick that we can give, where people, again, the gal that just moved here from another city yesterday, when you're packing up all of the things that you need, you're not packing up your spices and you're not packing up all your, breads and stuff like that, because those things can be replaced. You're trying to get as many things as possible out at a time. So when you start a kitchen from scratch, it's very expensive, right? So being able to have $100 or $150 gift card to get you started will definitely, if people need more, we can support that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those cards you can buy, like Carrie said, she was saying through the credit card, but a lot of them you could do with your store card as well. You get your air miles points. They come in like increments of 10. Shoppers, Superstore. Yeah,
I know I've gifted from Save on Foods grocery cards. All of them. I think that it makes it really easy, and like looking at the things that are simple things that can make the world of difference.
Well, one of my long-term goals that I'm working towards to contribute to the organization is the Thrifties stamps that we can collect right now. So by March, I can have an entire pot and pan set to donate to the organization for one, person starting over. So that's something I'm excited about.
Yeah, because secondhand is great as long as it's excellent use condition, but giving someone a new pots and pans set when they're just starting off on their own, feeding your family, right? It's probably one of the most important things for people to feel comforted and loved. And it's such a simple gesture. And if everybody in our group who shops at Thrifties keeps the little stamped, I don't shop there, but I love the store. I go to other ones, but just to collect them. And if you don't have enough to buy something, then again, drop them off at my house. We have somebody who's organizing that.
Yeah. And that right there. That's a really good point too. Cause maybe you're someone like, yeah, I'll collect those stamps, which is like, I don't have enough stamps. I don't want just the one, but now you think your stamps and hers and his and yours and theirs can all combine to cookware. I mean, this is thinking outside of the box, being a little bit creative. Support doesn't always mean dollars. Those are, of course, very important. Money is what gets a lot of these things. But partnering with our community partners that are already doing these as incentives for individuals, we can pool together and combine these resources to give a lot more buying power for women in need.
Yeah. And I think like to elaborate on what Carrie had said, like there's something about receiving something brand new when you are at a place of such low. It's just, to us, it seems like something so small, but it's a really big joy. It really lights that heart up. And I think that's the ripple effect that I like to see.
It's psychologically as well. It's like that is, you're seen as valued to be able to receive something that is brand new. Yeah. I love that. That really resonates. Thank you so much. Absolutely. This has been a pleasure to be able to have you on today to highlight these incredible initiatives that are happening, this real-time work and resources that are going to women in our community. Just as a reminder, there is the sound healing session coming up at Departure Bay Community Center on December 12th. Reach out to Nicole for that. The Nanaimo Women Helping Women hoodies. They are purple. They are gorgeous. You want one, and get your orders in before December 13th. It is a great way to support the community, as well as all the other initiatives that I am going to put into the show notes. Thanks again so much to all of you beautiful volunteers from Nanaimo Women Helping Women. I have a feeling this may not be the last conversation we have, and I thank you so much for spending your time with me today. And thank you, Nanaimo, for showing your support.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra.